Hi everyone, welcome to my Yoga with Nicole and our Let's Get Moving series of 10-minute yoga practices. Today, our focus is going to be on a practice to help ease lower back pain. Let's get moving. Starting on all fours, we're going to bring the knees wider than the hips, just letting the big toes come to touch, feet are relaxed, allowing the hips to sink back towards the heels, and just very slowly releasing the upper body down onto the earth. If it feels okay for you, extending the arms out, shoulders back, forehead resting against the mat. If this is uncomfortable in any way, feel free to bring your forearms down onto the floor for support, or perhaps resting your forehead on your hands. Taking full deep breaths here. And just begin to direct your inhales into the back of the body. Imagine those muscles beginning to expand and open as you breathe in. As you breathe out, soften the shoulders. Just allow the hips to release back towards your heels. Every inhale invites space. With every exhale, consciously releasing tightness and tension in the muscles. Just taking a few more deep breaths here. And take one more big inhale. Feel your ribcage expanding completely. Gently draw the belly in towards your spine as you exhale. Now inhale very slowly, we're going to rise up. Taking your time, we're going to make our way into a tabletop. Spread your fingers wide, mainly rooting down through your pointer finger mound and thumb mound. Stack shoulders over wrists and hips over knees. Take a deep breath, let the spine lengthen, the shoulders pull back. We're going to move through cat-cow. With your next inhale, shoulders pull back, let the heart melt as the gaze and the tail comes up. Exhale, belly pulls in, rounding the spine, chin coming into the chest. Inhale, gaze up and tail up. Just let the heart begin to melt. Exhale to round. Continuing this motion here with your own rate of breath. Directing your inhales into the lower back, into the hips. And as you exhale, just slowly emptying out completely. Start to notice how it feels to move in synchronicity with each breath. We're going to take 3 more rounds here. Really push the hands into the earth as you exhale. And as you inhale, draw the shoulders back, find length in the neck. Last round here, breathing in, opening your heart. Exhale to round. Let's come back to a neutral spine now as you breathe in. Keep rooting down through the hands. It feels like you're pushing the floor away from you. We're going to curl our toes under. Draw your hips up and back, coming into a down dog. We're going to bend the knees deeply here. Focus on pushing the floor away from you with the hands, feeling the hips lift up, the spine starting to lengthen. Take 2 more breaths here. And as you exhale, slowly let the knees release back down onto the earth. We're going to inhale, walk the knees wider than the hips, transitioning back to your child's pose, big toes to touch. Let the hips now gently sink back towards your heels. We're going to breathe and lengthen the spine, the gaze comes up. As you exhale, we're going to take that right palm, turn it to face the sky, and slide it underneath your left armpit. Breathe in here, pull the shoulders back. As you breathe out, draw your belly button in and towards the left side. You're going to slowly now start to release right shoulder and right ear down onto the earth. Feel free to rest that left arm, forearm on the mat. You can always wrap it around you if that gives you more comfort. Wherever you are, deep, full breaths here. You'll start to feel those inhales again, targeting into the low back, into the hips. As you exhale, the belly pulls in. You'll start to release a little bit more through that right shoulder, right ear. Take 2 more breaths here. Big inhale. With your exhale, bring your left hand under left shoulder. Slowly bring yourself up as you breathe in. With your exhale, now left hand turns to face the sky, threading it underneath your right armpit. Take your time, lengthen as you inhale. Pull the belly in to the right as you exhale, releasing down when you're ready. And if this is too much, you can always use a pillow, maybe a block for support underneath the side of your head or your shoulder. Follow your breath here. And let space come into body and mind as you breathe in. Surrendering and softening as you breathe out. Last 2 breaths. And we're going to inhale now. Right hand is under right shoulder. Slowly rise back up. As you exhale, left hand under left shoulder. Let's breathe and make our way back to tabletop. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Lengthen the spine. Curl your toes under. Make your way up and back to downward facing dog. Again, feel free to have a deep bend in the knees if there's a lot of tightness in the body and low back. Relax your shoulders and just gently turning the head from side to side. That will release any tension in the neck. Now letting the head come back to center. Take one more inhale. With your next breath in, bend the knees deeply. Look between your hands. I'm going to slowly walk the hands back towards your feet. The feet are going to come hip distance apart. Nice bend into the knees. We're going to inhale. Bring the hands onto your shins and find a flat back, but keep a bend in the knees that will release any tension in the spine. As you exhale now, belly comes onto the thighs. Let the spine round, tuck the chin. Full breath. Inhale, hands to the shins, lengthen to your flat back. Exhale, fold forward. We're going to hold here. And just let the tops of the hand rest on the earth. Relax your shoulders. And just breathe. Both feet are pressing into the floor. Knees are bent. So you have that support. Belly against the thighs. And this is going to help to release tension in your lower back and in your hips. 2 more breaths here. And as you inhale now, hands to the shins, lengthen to your flat back. Keep that bend in the knees. As you exhale, now the hands are going to come back down onto the floor. Inhale slowly, mindfully, walk yourself back to downward facing dog. Take a breath in as you push the floor away from you with the hands, lengthening the spine, shoulders back. 2 more breaths. Inhale here. Exhale now, release the knees down onto the earth. We're going to transition ourselves onto our backs. Let's move the feet out of the way. Bring your bottom down onto the earth. Now very slowly and mindfully, we're going to keep the knees bent and just begin to release yourself down onto the floor. As you do come down, shimmy the shoulders underneath you to open the heart. Feel the soles of the feet pushing into the floor. They're hip distance apart, knees are right on top of the ankles. We're going to bend into the elbows, push the backs of the arms against the floor, spreading the fingers wide. Root down through the feet. Inhale, slowly lift the hips up. Exhale, release them down. Take a full breath here. Gently push your low back into the floor as you breathe out. Inhale, hips lift. Exhale to lower. Breath in. Push your low back into the floor once again. 1 more time. Breathe in, lift the hips. Exhale, slowly release. With your next breath out now, bring the knees into the chest. Grab a hold of your knees or your shins with your hand. Relax the shoulders as you breathe in. Exhale, we're going to lift the head and the shoulders. Nose comes in towards the knees. You're gently compressing the thighs into your belly. Take 1 more deep breath here. And with your exhale, release the head and the shoulders down. We're going to keep the knees into the chest. Left arm comes out shoulder height. As you exhale, right hand on left leg, you're just guiding those knees over towards the right side of your mat. Now find a position that's comfortable for you here. If this is pulling on your lower back, usually bringing the knees in a little bit higher will release that tension. The other option is to bring a bolster, perhaps a pillow in between the legs. Relax your shoulders and your jaw. Just breathe deeply. Start to find that space, that stretch in the left side of your low back. 2 more breaths here. Fill up with your inhale. Feel the ribcage expanding. Exhale, belly pulls in. Lift left knee and then right knee back to center. Good. Bring the hands onto the knees. Breathe in. Exhale, lift the head and the shoulders. Tuck the chin. Inhale, slowly release down. Right arm in line with right shoulder. Left hand to the outside of left knee, making your way into your twist on the opposite side. Again, listen to your body here. Both sides might feel very different, so adjust however you need to. Big inhales into the low back, into the hip flexor. As you exhale, the belly pulls in, soften the inner thighs. Relax your jaw and shoulders. Last breath. Pull the belly in as you breathe out. And we're going to inhale, right knee comes up, and then left knee. As you exhale, release the soles of your feet to the floor. Center yourself on the mat. You're going to bring the knees together, walking the feet out wide. Keep your heart open. Just going to release the palms of the hands down onto the floor beside you. As you exhale now, let the back body just release. Notice your sacrum and your low back just naturally sinking into the earth. Placing one hand over heart center, the opposite hand over your belly. Namaste.